Have you ever wondered how you can actually see a transaction happening on a blockchain? Well, today we're diving into one of the most fundamental and, honestly, one of the most powerful tools in the entire crypto world, the Blockchain Explorer. If you really want to understand what's going on behind the scenes, behind all the code, then this is for you. Let's get into it.
For this explainer, we're leaning on the fantastic book Blockchain Explorer by War Library. It does a great job breaking down this essential piece of tech, and we're going to distill all the key insights for you right now.
Okay, picture this, a giant global library that has every book ever written. But there's no card catalog, no search bar, nothing. That's kind of what a blockchain is, right? A massive, transparent ledger of information. So the big question is, how in the world do you find one specific transaction out of billions?
And that is where this beautiful, elegant solution comes in. Just like Google crawls and indexes the entire internet, a Blockchain Explorer does the exact same thing for a blockchain. It's your window, your map, your search engine, all rolled into one tidy package, designed to help you make sense of this new digital world.
So what do you actually see when you peer through this window? Well, an explorer's main job is to take all the raw, super complex data that's on a blockchain and make it simple, make it understandable for you and me. Let's break down the key things it shows you.
At its heart, an explorer just organizes what looks like total chaos. You've got individual transactions. Think of those as single lines in a giant accounting book. Then those transactions get bundled up into confirmed blocks. All of this activity happens between addresses, which are basically like digital bank account numbers. And finally, you have smart contracts, these automated programs that just run on the chain. An explorer lets you see all of it, all neatly laid out.
Let's make this super real with the classic example. Alice sends some crypto to Bob. Now, without an explorer, they just have to kind of trust that it worked. But with an explorer, anyone, not just Alice and Bob, but you, me, anyone, can look up that specific transaction. You can verify that the funds were sent, see the exact amount, and even track how many network confirmations it has. It's what we call radical transparency.
So how does this search engine actually pull all this information together? I mean, it's not magic, right? No, but it is a really clever process that turns all that network noise into a crystal clear signal right on your screen.
It's actually a pretty straightforward four-step process. First, the Explorer connects directly to the computers that are running the blockchain. We call those nodes. Second, it just pulls in all the raw, messy data. Third, and this is the most important part, it processes and organizes all that data into a clean, searchable database. And finally, it serves it all up to you in a simple, easy-to-read interface.
And that right there is the Explorer's main job, translation. It takes something that looks like pure computer gibberish and it turns it into a plain English sentence that anyone can understand. You know, it's basically the ultimate decoder ring for the blockchain.
Okay, now that we know how they work, let's get into the most common reason you'd ever use an explorer in the first place, to actually look up a transaction or a block.
The difference here is super simple, but really important. A transaction is just one single event, one payment, one action. Think of it like a single document, a single file. A block, on the other hand, is the container. It's like a folder that holds hundreds, maybe thousands of those transaction documents that have all been verified and added to the chain together.
So when you click on a single transaction, you get its whole life story. You get the transaction ID, or hash, which is like its unique fingerprint. You can see who sent it, who received it, the exact amount, the timestamp, the little network fee that was paid, and, most importantly, its status, so you know if it's still pending or if it's fully complete.
All right, so explorers are way more than just a way to look at stuff. They're an active toolkit. Let's look at the different ways you can use that search bar to find exactly what you're looking for. You've got a few main ways to search. You got a receipt for a payment? Just pop in the transaction hash. Want to see all the activity for a particular wallet? Use its wallet address. Curious about what was happening on the network at a specific point in time? Look up a block number. Or, if you're really digging into a DeFi project, you can investigate its smart contract address and see exactly what it's been doing.
And it doesn't stop there. Modern explorers go way beyond a simple search bar. You can find all kinds of analytics and charts showing the overall health of the network. You can set up custom alerts to get notified when a wallet sends or receives funds. You can even interact directly with smart contracts from the Explorer itself. They've really evolved into these powerful dashboards.
All this technology, all these tools, they all point to a much, much bigger idea.
Why is having a tool like this so incredibly important? Well, it all comes down to transparency, because that's the absolute foundation of trust in any decentralized system. You know, this quote from the source material just nails it. In a system where there's no central bank, no single authority you have to trust, we need a way to trust the network itself. And explorers give us that. They allow anyone, anywhere on Earth to independently verify the data for themselves. It is the don't trust, verify ethos in action.
And the real-world applications are huge. I mean, they range from you just verifying a single payment you made to big businesses auditing their entire accounts. Investors are using explorers all the time to research projects, regulators use them for compliance, and of course, they're just amazing educational tools for anyone who wants to learn how this stuff actually works under the hood.
Now I have to pause for a second for a super important security point. Using a blockchain explorer is perfectly safe. Why? Because it's a read-only tool. You're just looking at public data. You can't change anything on the blockchain, and it can never access your funds or your private keys. It is just a window. That's it.
So the blockchain isn't some invisible, mysterious thing out there. It's a public record book. And now you know exactly how to read it. You have the tool. You have the knowledge. So with this powerful new window open to you, the only question left is, what are you going to explore first?